Hi, I'm Clark Singh, the founder of Nightlink. I've generated well over $3.5 million for my e-commerce clients and set up over 60 abandoned cart email flows. So in this video, I'll be showing you why people abandon carts in the first place, why most brands actually fail to set up a high converting abandonment cart flow, and how to set it up correctly, including what emails to send and when to send them. So let's get right into it. So before we actually dive into the solution, let's actually understand what the problem is as to why there are 70 to 85% carts being abandoned in the first place. The reason why people tend to actually abandon their carts is because number one, they have objections, right? Something is holding them back from actually wanting to purchase the product. That is something that brands need to start addressing. Number two, they get distracted, right? Attention span is about the short for people these days, right? So with the low attention span, people will get distracted and they won't come back. So sometimes we just have to remind them. Number three is that they're planning to buy later. Sometimes the product is not going to be needed at that exact time for the potential customer, and they may just need it later. So they're just eyeballing other brands that may be able to provide that for them, right? Fourth is they're just browsing. About 59% of customers in the US admit that they are just window shopping at all times, or they're doing comparison shopping, right? Which other 26% end up buying the same item from a competitor. And the thing is that the e commerce landscape has dramatically changed in 2025. There are thousands of brands in every single niche now. Customers are way more skeptical than they have ever been, and everyone has been burnt by online shopping. And the thing is, people also just have less disposable income now, right? So shopping online now has become a hobby, and adding to cart is almost like an Instagram like. Right. So the common flow problems that I've noticed is the number one biggest mistake is that people flat out just don't even have an abandoned cart flow. I have audited multiple accounts and people don't even have this set up. Right. And the thing is, they either have one checkout flow or they're just flat out completely different triggers, right? Because the thing is that Klaviyo labels the abandoned checkout flow as abandoned cart, which I know sounds pretty confusing, but you have to set up another trigger with a code snippet on the Shopify backend or WooCommerce, whatever that you are using, or they're flat out just missing the people who added to cart but never actually reached the checkout. Something else that I've noticed that has been huge is just the flows are way too short. They only have 1 to 2 emails. It just lets customers off the hook way too soon, right? And the thing is that people have a buying cycle that lasts for days and weeks. So we want to make sure we're constantly within that cycle for them. And another one, which has been huge also, is copy, right? It's just not effective. The thing is, there's just way too much fluff. There's not enough focus on the specific item, or they're not actually addressing key objections that customers possibly have. And then the other one is just the designs aren't optimized for conversions, right? There's way too much scrolling required. Items are not properly displayed, and there's no clear call to action button. So how do you actually fix this? First, there's a critical distinction that you need to understand that you need both abandoned cart and abandoned checkout flow. And they require two different triggers, right? Number one, abandoned cart. The trigger in Klaviyo is going to be added to cart, which is not installed by default. Again, you're going to have to do that on the back end of the website you use, right? This could be Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, whatever it is, right? Number two is abandoned checkout, right? The trigger for this is going to be checkout started. And this actually comes within Klaviyo. This is the one that you probably already have set up. So the thing is, we'll create the same flow content for both triggers, so you only need to design it once. So the optimal flow structure is you want email one to just be a quick reminder that goes 30 to 45 minutes after abandon, right? And the purpose of this is that it's just a simple reminder saying that, hey, you left something in your cart, right? The content, you just want to make a quick remark addressing the product plus the dynamic product section. And you can use some sort of social proof and risk reversals. They go a long way. And you want to keep this email extremely simple, right? Just show the item and make it easy to return. Number two is going to be you want to nudge this with some sort of social proof 24 hours after email one was sent. The purpose is just to have some sort of stronger social proof in this, right? We want the content to be pretty similar to email number one, but we want to go ahead and add testimonials, review, any sort of trust elements that there is, so we can actually focus on addressing some sort of common objections, right? This could be shipping, returns, guarantees, anything like that. Then email 3 to 4 are going to be product specific splits, right? Day 3, 4 emails. And you want to split your flow based on what product tends to be abandoned, right? And email 3 could be product specific information and objection handling, while email 4 can be product specific testimonials and review. And the thing is, this personalization can dramatically increase overall click through rates and sales, right? And then email 5, you want this to be your last chance email, which is probably sent around day 5 to 6. And the purpose of this is to really create urgency, right? You want to add clear last message plus dynamic product section. And one thing that we've seen that works really well is you may also like options, right? And if you can add a countdown, it goes a long way. Adds, again, just a little bit more urgency. It's not a huge must. Your copy should be able to deliver the message by keeping it clear and concise. But if you can add it, it will be good. And then email 6 is going to be split based on purchase history, right? This is day 7 through 8. The thing is, for previous customers, we want to go ahead and make sure we're sending them a personal touch sort of email coming from the founder, asking if they need any sort of help, right? Just some support offered while there is And then for newer customers, you want more just discount offer with urgency, right? To get them through that finish line and actually end up buying the product. And now this final follows up for just both paths, for people that are first time customers and then recurring customers. Now let's actually build out the flow, right? So reference back to this video right here. I'm going to give you the exact step-by-step on what you do. So have your Klaviyo pulled up and go along with me, right? So step one, you want to go ahead and create the abandoned cart flow, right? So go to flows and then click create flows. Then you want to select add it to cart trigger. Now what you want to do is add flow filters, right? Checkout started 0 times since starting this flow, placed orders 0 times since starting this flow, and has not been in the flow in the last 30 days. Then create the first email. Set the delay to 30 to 45 minutes. You can test different times based on what you think will work or not. And then turn off smart sending. This is key, right? And then design a simple reminder email, right? With a clear headline addressing the abandonment. Then you want a dynamic product section as high as it can so they can see with a clear CTA, right? Then if you can, incorporate some social proof elements, and then you can make the example subject line something like you left something behind, right? This is one of the most simple ones, probably the overused. If you can be a little bit more creative, but you cannot go wrong with this, right? Then what you want to do is add dynamic content to your emails, right? So for abandoned cart, you want to use image, which is going to be event.image underscore URL. Then product name, event.title. And then for price, event.price line money, right? So then for checkout link, your store cart's URL. And then for abandonment checkout, just use the table format with image being event.items, 0, image underscore URL. Product name, event.items, 0, title, price, event.items, 0, price, line, money. And then checkout link, event.checkout underscore URL. Step 4, you just want to add the remaining emails, right? So you want to go ahead and follow the structure that we just outlined. Make sure you're using conditional splits to segment based on product abandoned, using trigger splits or purchase history, right? Which is has placed order. And then test different send times with random sample splits to see what resonates the best with your brand, right? Step 5 is going to be A/B testing recommendations. So once you have your flow set up and they're running, now you want to start optimizing, right? This is key. So here are the few things that I suggest testing based on what we have seen post deliver really well and actually moves the needle. Number 1, test send times, right? 30 minutes versus 1 hour versus 4 hours. Test different subject lines, right? Test email length, short versus long. Test emails with social proof and without social proof. And then you can also just test text-based heavy emails versus image graphic heavy emails too, right? So test these for your brand, see which one works the best and have that set up, right? And then still keep testing at all times. So the thing is, the real magic actually happens with ongoing optimizations, right? So again, some more key areas that you can test is email timing, right? When is the perfect time to send out each email? Do subject line, right? What actually gets people to open your emails? Could this be using emojis? Could this not be using emojis? Something like that. Use that, right? Email design, text-based versus image-based heavy, right? Short email versus long email, just as we covered. CTAs, what button text do we want to use? What color? What's the size? Where do you want to place it? And then content focus, right? Different sort of objection handling strategies, because small improvements compound over time. We have seen subject line test yield 300% more conversions, right? And a design change, simply making it from long to short, led to 40% more sales from more abandoned carts being recovered, right? Product specific emails generated 6x more purchases for higher AOV clients, right? You want to document all your testing results so you can actually build on successful changes over the time. And the thing is, the abandoned cart flow is just one of the essential flows you need to set it up, but you also do need the welcome flow, post-purchase flow, win-back flow, and a whole bunch of others. So if you want to learn about those, click on this video on the screen for my complete e-commerce email marketing masterclass, where I'll show you my entire system step by step. And make sure to also like, comment, and subscribe. Looking forward to hearing back from you guys.